What's up, Ramblers? I know you want to get into today's podcast, but real quick, make sure you're keeping up by following Assistance HQ and Offsource HQ across all platforms, anywhere on all social medias, to keep up with all of the latest content, updates, exclusive, and everything else. And for business owners, visit offsource.tech for all of your office outsourcing needs, a virtual assistant for every occasion. All the links are in the bio, so go check them out right now. Now, here's your podcast. Before we begin, a moment from our sponsor. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ugh, good morning. It feels so good to be back alive. I'm officially at my new job. So, pretty exciting. So let me tell you guys, I'm not really at a new job, but I am at a new job. So I am, I guess if you will, starting my life over. I do like these little resets every now and so often where it's like I feel like I've gotten out of touch or I'm not as consistent as I used to be and I need to get like back on the horse, back on the grind. And so what I do is I have these little things where it's like, okay, I'm gonna reset, take a day off, and just gather myself. Really get back into the swing of doing new things. And really just being consistent, hitting the like pavement every single day and just grinding. You feel me? So what I'm doing is really just saying like, oh, I got a new job. I went to see my co-founder last week, and a lot of good things happened. What's good? How you guys doing today? Let me know. Vibing. Drop the vibes when you here for it. I don't like saying here for it, but drop the vibes when you're here for it and everything. So at this new job, I am technically, CEO of Offsource. So we officially have all of the gear now. We have the domain, we have the websites going. I met my co-founder in person. We got content coming for it. A lot of things coming. We've officially been featured in kind of like an article, if you will. So now I guess, changing my life so that I'm just more serious about what I do. You feel me? So like I am trying to grow. And as me trying to grow, as not only as a human being, as a personal person, as the CEO, as a leader, as even just a follower sometimes. Sometimes you have to be a follower. It's not about being a follower in the sense of life, but being a follower in the sense of listening. Because when you listen to something and the advice is good, you then have to put action to it, aka follow it. So I'm just really excited about all of the new stuff that I have going on and everything. I wonder if I can like do this or something real quick. See if I can do this. Does that do anything? I think it does a little bit. So that's what I mean when I'm like, oh, this is my new job, new gig and everything. And I'm just like super stoked and excited for just everything that's going on. You feel me? So I'm just excited. So I'm gonna be doing my lives every day again, every single day, probably even twice a day at this point, because I feel like I've gotten a little bit uncomfortable with doing my lives and where I'm not as, loose, or I'm not as comfortable being in front of the camera with you guys. And so I'm haven't been putting out content is because I guess I've been shy. But at the same time, I've also been trying to put out better content. I'm like, how can I be more valuable? How can I get people to have more thought like, oh, okay, I'd like that, I could use that. So I'm going to be doing a whole lot more about talking about being a virtual assistant, how to get your business going virtual, how to start your business. We as assistants, as professionals, and as owners of this business, helping other small business owners in their business, specifically the self-employed people. I've been self-employed my entire life almost. At every single point in my life, I have been self-employed in some form, even if I had a regular job. I've always had something that allowed me to be self-employed, even with a regular job. So this is probably the first time I haven't had two streams of income. So this is like my sole thing. Like growing up, starting with jobs, like around 16. 16 I got my first, yeah, 16 I got my first job at McDonald's. So 16, 17, yeah, 16 I got my first job at McDonald's and everything, right? Or was it like 17 or something like that? 16, 17 I got my first job at McDonald's. I was also self-employed as like a property manager, if you will, for my dad, doing property management. You know, going around cleaning up properties, picking up trash, picking up leaves, sweeping downstairs. You know, picking up sewage in basements. Feel me? I was going around to other people's houses, picking up their trash, their sewage, their mess, all of that kind of stuff. You know, so that was like my self-employed gig, and that lasted up until the end of like freshman year of college, if you will. So for I was doing that since like 13. I've been picking up trash and doing all that kind of yard work and stuff since like 10, 13, snow removal, all that. 16, 17, I got the job at McDonald's and really started heading off with customer service. Like customer service was like a super strong point for me, you know? So I really was like, I'm gonna do something with customer service because customer service is a really key thing in business. People will pay more, will switch for customer service. You know, think of it like this. People have issues with T-Mobile, with Metro, not only because they have crappy service. Because here's the thing: people go with Cricket. People go to Cricket. People go to Sprint. Sprint crappy service. Hey, my homie, because you guys know I'm trying to curb the N word out of my vocabulary. My homie Party is out of Facebook jail, so you know we got a whole bunch of lives coming. Oh my gosh, Party, perfect timing too, so we can get a bunch of content going on. Me and Party are really doing live, so that's really also going to be a big thing coming with content, and we're really just going to be helping self-employed business owners, you know. And so for I think even about $100 a month we can find something that I think we should be able to make a plan. I think for the self-employed person, that's something I want to think of. You know, a extremely cheap plan for the people like you guys. You know, for the very small business owners that will help generate some money. So something that's just what I've been like. What's what I've been thinking of. So this is the very first point in my life where I'm self-employed and that's all I have. You know, this is my only source of income right now. I'm not even door dashing right now. So you know, like I can't DoorDash because I have to do this. Perfect. We'll def get our schedule. Facts. Well, let's link up after this. You feel me? I'll hit you up after I do this because I've really got to get some work done after this. So we're gonna just talk real quick. Not even like email, like not even text me. Like we gonna call. I'm gonna call you because I got to get this done fast. So I'm really excited for just this new journey in my life. This is the only, like I said, this is the very first time in my life that I've been self-employed. All like that's the only source of income I have is what I'm generating from off source. You know, for me as the CEO, my salary. And now the goal is not only to become the best CEO, the best person at the job that I'm at, as I would be at any job. You know, whether it be the best salesman at selling energy, whether it be the best vacuum salesman, whether it be the best McDonald's worker, whether it be the best bookkeeper, office manager at the dog sitting place I was at, whether we doing the best delivery dashing I can be. I wasn't the best. I was the best I could do. You know, for me, I really just enjoyed that. But yeah, this is the very like I'm now going to take this and then I have to grow and then I have to find another source of income. So now that I'm fully self-employed in like running a business and everything, I now have to go out and go find another source of income. But it can't be, you know, a job because I can't have another job as a source of income. So now I'm looking towards like, well, it's not like another source of income, but it's, you know, putting away for like my retirement in terms of like my life insurance plan, you know. So that just got paid today. Actually, whoo, $127 out the window for just in case I die. And I don't even get the money if I die. But in, you know, 10, 15 years, I'll be able to draw from it. So it's creating other sources of income. So I'm working with my financial advisors, my Roth IRA. I'm going to be talking with Raheem, getting into stocks. I have to get him. That is where a lot of my content and my values are also going to be coming from. Other people that are on my level that have done what they're doing, whatever, whether it be, you know, Daquan with the music, you feel me? He's been putting on for the music and been going really hard. My boy Raheem with doing stocks, you know, he's quit his job. You know, he lives down in Virginia now. Quit his security job and trades just stocks and makes his living off of trading stocks. And is 23 years old. I went to school with this man's, bro. Dude would be sleeping in class. Like, I vividly remember this man's getting in trouble in Mr. Porto's math class for sleeping for, like, yo, homie used to have dreads, right? So he doesn't have dreads now anymore and everything. I remember the day he came into school with his dreads cut. Like, that's how long I have known this young gentleman right here. So he would be in class, dreads over his face, sleeping. Kid you not, dreads over his face, looking like oh, okay, his dreads are just over his face. I'm not gonna say anything, feel me, because you know it's kind of like a white school. He's black, feel me. I'm not gonna say nothing about the dreads, but he would be in class sleeping. Homie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Homie would be in class sleeping, and you just kind of think like, what are you gonna do? And he just kind of goofs off. But Mans is very serious about what he does, and has always showed business acumen. Has always been in business class with me because I took all the business classes in high school, and guess who was right there taking all the business classes? Him right there with me. So that's a very heavy person I want to get on the podcast. You know, talk about his experience, the growth that you had from being in high school and people thinking one thing to now, you know, going through what all of your business waves and everything to, you know, something more. So those are the people that I really want to bring like onto the podcast. I actually had someone over the weekend last week record a podcast, Greg Webb. Now, none of you guys know him. I don't expect you guys to know him, right? He is a toy flipper he flips toys on Amazon. He's an toy flipper on Amazon, but I met him through Twitter. And I don't know him personally or anything, but I like his work ethic. Dude has flipped over $1 million in just toys. $1 million in just toys. That's been 5 years, right? So that's still like average $250,000 a year. And here's the thing: the first year he didn't do $250,000. So that means this man has, over the course of 4 years, 4 years, produced over $1 million in revenue from flipping strictly toys. And I had him on my podcast. So, like, those are the people that I'm trying to bring on the podcast, and through extension, reach into other communities. And so this is why I'm saying, like, this is like my new job. This is what I'm back to doing. I'm back to being me on my bully, ready to, you know, just say screw everybody. You know, my goal is to just be the best person I can be. And it's like I always say, you cannot be embarrassed to be yourself and make money. Like, think of it like this: if you were a comedian, like I say this part all the time. You know, I am big on saying this. You know, so 2010, we were all in school saying Facebook comedians, Instagram models, Twitter journalists will never make money. How is swag going to pay the bills? Feel me? We in 2010 said, how will swag pay the bills? Somewhere around 2014, 2015, the people on the internet that were Facebook comedians, Instagram models, you know, all this other stuff, they said, you know what? I'm going to show you how swag is going to pay the bills. I'm going to show you how this butt is going to pay the bills. I'm going to show you how how I look in posting fine pictures is going to pay bills. I'm going to post and show you how me being a Facebook comedian is going to pay bills. And if you don't believe me, let's see. King Bach, Deshaun Moore, whatever that dude's name is with the hair. The guy, Jay King on TikTok. Amber Rose. Any Ari Nicole, whatever the chick is name, G Herbo's ex. You feel me? Cardi B. Look, you understand? Like, you are going to sit here and make fun of all of these people going through their struggle times or their grind periods because they don't have the accolades, if you will, the money to show, hey, this is working out. It's always a long game. When people were making Facebook comedy a couple years ago, 5-10 years ago, people were not thinking, oh, this is going to be a job. They're thinking, oh, this is what I enjoy doing. But now we see people like Retro Spectro on TV because guess what? They've shown that they are comfortable, one, taking criticism, and two, despite all of that criticism, despite all of the haters, still have the ability to execute and make people laugh. Still have the ability to go out, put on a performance, and then get laughed at and go do it again. You understand? Like, that is exactly the mentality that all of us have to have. If you're going to make it, because guess what, people are going to make fun of you because you doing these videos, you trying to be a Facebook comedian right now isn't going to pay the bills right now. And so people think that because it's not paying the bills right now, that it doesn't matter. Prepare for an opportunity and you won't have to get ready when it comes to you. So if you are already a Facebook comedian and you are already putting out content that makes people laugh, and now there's an opportunity for someone to have a show, for someone to have a Facebook show. Because let's put it like this: Facebook has TV. People watch live TV on Facebook, and I don't think that within 5 years Facebook will have their own network, if you will. Same way how Netflix started with sending DVDs in the mail. Netflix went from sending DVDs in the mail to producing their own movies. So how far-fetched is it for Facebook to go from connecting people for social media to growing to connecting people in a news format for news? Hey, you can get news here, to then saying, hey, people have talk shows here. You can listen to drama here, aka Red Table Talk. So if we are at the point of Red Table Talk, which is a show with Jada Pinkett Smith, you feel me? That's not a low level name. We're not talking, a low level Facebook comedian name. We're not talking, Retrospectro. We're not talking, Jay King. We're not talking any of these low people. We're talking Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith. You feel like that's not a low level name. So if we have Jada Pinkett Smith and co, family, not even co, and family, Jada Pinkett Smith and family, exclusively on Red Table Talk. If you have Jada Pinkett Smith and family exclusively on Facebook, where do you see Facebook being in another 5 years? So guess what? If you are already going live and having a voice, and you are already making people laugh with your Facebook comedy, you will be in a prime position within 5 years to be able to have your own Facebook show and monetize from it. Because guess what? You already have the platform. For example, my friend Earl. He goes live, and whenever he goes live, he gets 100+ people watching his live. Easily gets 50, easily can get 80, easily can get 100. You understand? So when you are putting yourself in a position for the future, ignore everything that is going on right now and focus for going ahead. That's really it. So, Before you go, Ramblers, if you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure you're following me across all platforms at Assistance HQ. Catch up on exclusive content and keep track of everything going on at OffSource. See you in October.